Hey baddies, I'm putting this video in at the start because I'm already late at posting it. My podcast is called Faith for Soul and Souls. Welcome to the first episode. I filmed this when I didn't know that someone already had the name that I've chosen, so just disregard that. But I hope you enjoy. This is episode 1. Yeah, happy Thursday.
Next one. Hey baddies. Legends, weapons, gangsters, anyone in this world. Welcome to the Faith Over Fear podcast. With your host, me. My name is Peppy, aka Pep, aka the Little Tripper. Take it or leave it, take it as it comes. Take it how you please, I don't know. But welcome to the first episode of my podcast that I've been working on for a little bit. So episode 1 is called Don't Let the System Bring You Down, and this is my story. I'm spreading this story disclaimer. This podcast, I had to write this down because I'm very forgetful. This podcast is not a hateful or aggressive story. It's my experience that I'm sharing with you in the hope of spreading love, light and positive energy to the stolen generation, which I believe is a generation being brought up in a system full of negativity, hate, and just bad, evil, and it needs to stop. So, and I know that I can't just wave a white magic wand and say, hello everyone, can we just bing, let's all stop. But I know that sharing this story is going to help, well, I hope it will help bring the spark back in people. Like, I see so much potential in everyone, young or old, whatever you are. Like, I've never really cared about who you are. Like, even with the whole how people are like, oh, I identify as this, I identify as that. Like, I don't actually care, and I think people shouldn't care as much as they do. Like, do whatever you want. It's 2025. As long as you're safe, spreading kindness and love, like, and pick up your rubbish. I'm sick of seeing rubbish around on my beautiful earth. Like, that's so annoying. God gave us all, like, whether you believe in God or not, God gave us all the creator, or whoever you want to look at it as. I'm a Christian, I believe in God. But whatever you want to look at is, whatever you want to look at the world as, you need to look after it. Like, we're all on this earth to have a good life. Like, the real luxury I believe in life is being born. Like, that is the real luxury. You're given the shot. Your soul is given the energy to expand into a life, and you have the ability to create your life and have the best experience for you. So my thought on that is, life is precious. The real luxury is your soul being brought into this world for you to have the best possible experience for you. Like, we're born into a family, right? You have your mum, your dad, whatever. Cool. But at the end of the day, you are your one soul. You are in the body. You're given your body. You need to look after your body, and you need to choose what's right for you. You don't have to have it all figured out, but like, I still don't have it figured out. Look, I'm sitting in a camping chair on this beautiful mountain, and that is my version of abundance, being at peace in this world, right? So, first of all, I don't have a microphone thing because camera was sold out, but we persevere. Overcome and adapt is what I always say. And this episode, I'm going to talk about my story. The disclaimer as well is probably going to be a bit of a trigger warning for sexual abuse, mental health awareness, bullying, all that sort of stuff. So, let's go. So I could talk for hours on end, really. I talk to myself most of the time. But first of all, I'm going to give you a bit of an introduction on me. So, I'm 20. I'm almost 21 in February. I'm currently a 4th year Boilermaker living in Cairns, and I work at a beautiful, beautiful place. I'm from Hervey Bay. I'm going to have a drink of water. brain freeze. Okay. So I was born in Hervey Bay. It's a small town in Queensland on the Fraser Coast. Well, you could call it small, you could call it big. I don't really know. Small to me when I was born, and I've watched it grow over the years. I went to a Lutheran school. I've got 2 little brothers. They're so beautiful. I'm the best little brothers. I lived in the same house my whole life. I wouldn't say my family was like poor, but we weren't rich either. It was like, you know, I had a steady flow, and I've always been grateful in my life. My life has been awesome. I've had a lot of ups and downs, but we're getting there, and that's all that matters. The main thing is that I'm trying, and I've always been trying for me, and I've tried for so long. I've tried to sit here and like help other people, and I think I've just sort of not tried to help the wrong people, but I've given so much of my time to other people, and I think it's my turn to share my story. Yeah. So, growing up, I loved sport. Like, being in nature, dancing, music, movement. That is my prime. That is anywhere, just as long as I'm in the grass or touching the earth. Like, I love it. And creating. I love to create. I love drawing. I collect Hot Wheels. I have this mad collection of Hot Wheels. I've got like probably 20 grand worth of Hot Wheels, and that's like just shelf value. I have a big love for cars. I grew up without my dad in my life. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a bit of a subject for some people. Like, I've never really been focused on the past. Like, whatever has happened before I was born, like, that is not on me. And even when I've gone to reach out to meet my father's side, I said that to his now wife, I think. I said, like, look, I'm not worried about the past. I do not care. Like, obviously, whatever has happened, but I just want to focus on now. Like, this is me in the now. I don't want any of the past negativity or the hate. So, but yeah, growing up, I had a great life. Like, my best friend was my granddad, basically, and that was probably one of the hardest things in my life when he passed away. He passed away when I was 14, and he was like the main father figure in my life, you know. So, yeah, we lived in a street, like one street back from the beach, and it was so beautiful. Like, anytime I wanted to just escape, I'd go down to the beach. I'd go for a walk. Like, I'd come home from school, and if I had a bad day at school, I'd just walk the beach for hours on end, you know, and like I'd say hi, like I'd pray to God, and I'd talk up to this guy and like talk to my granddad and say like, oh, I miss you, like I love you, I hope you're proud, you know, and like, you know, I went to a school called St. James Lutheran College, and I had 2 of the most beautiful friends. Growing up, Bella and Mira, they're so precious to me, and honestly, if you've ever watched this, please tell me you've been to New York already. Please tell me, that would be so cool. But yeah, in school, like, I never really fit in, you could say, like, fit in as such. I always wanted to do a bit of everything. Like, I remember I used to go to school crying. I remember when Mum used to drop me off to kindy, I had to sit there with their little teddy bear thing, and I'd just cry, and I'd just see all these people, and you know, like, I just would be a bit anxious, and I'd be like, oh, what do I do? Because like, I think from a young age, like, I didn't want to hurt people. Like, I never have moved in my life with, like, I've always had pure intentions, you know. I've never moved with hate or moved with negativity. Like, I've had some horrible things happen to me, like some fucked up things, and it's so sad. Like, it's sad, but like, it is what it is, you know. People say to me, like, I'm sorry that that's happened to you, you know, like, and like, it's not your fault what has happened to me. Like, my decisions at the end of the day has got me to where I am, and I'm at the point where I wouldn't change anything I've done at all, honestly, because I know that everything I've done has had a positive impact, and the people who take it in a negative way, like that's not on me, that's on them, you know. And I'm not saying I haven't done bad things, like I've definitely done bad things, but I've always had a pure intentions, like a pure heart, and I've always followed the golden rule. That's my biggest thing in life. I remember being in the first fucking, well, I'm gonna swear on this because that's like me. I'm not gonna hide who I am. But the first, one of the first things I remember being taught clearly, in school, like I think it was in grade 1, was do unto others as you would have those do unto you. And we had this little system at school. It was like a little smiley face thing, and you have your peg and your name on it. And if you did good, like the teacher would move you up. And there was this one time, like I was pretty smart kid, you know, like I was good at a lot of things. Like I never tried to like go out and be the best. Like I'm competitive and I'd love to be like on the bit at the top or whatever. But that's never been my goal. My goal is the experience of my life and the experience in doing things. Like I'm a 20-year-old girl and pack up my car and I drove to Cairns. My poor LN 106 that a guy ran into, someone who has such a very special place in my heart. He like reversed into my car while I was sitting in there, and that hurt so much because all I ever wanted, because growing up at Fraser with my granddad and my grandma, we had this beautiful house, and we'd always go over like Christmas time, holidays, like school holidays, we'd always be at Fraser, and it was just so beautiful. And I remember from a young age like watching Fast and the Furious, like that is my Fast and the Furious is my heart, like that is me, that is what I want that Fast and the Furious dream. I want that to be my reality, and it is my reality. Like that is my life, you could say, my Fast and the Furious life, and I love it. Yeah, in primary school, I always wanted to be a lawyer. So I had this big dream of I wanted to be a lawyer during the day, and then I wanted to own a restaurant and be a chef, and at night time I'd go be the chef. But I also wanted to be an artist as well, like and do drawings and create and like sing and dance and like make music videos, like as my life, like show my life, tell my story through music videos. That's what I want to do. That's what I still want to do, and I'm gonna make it happen. But like, this is where we are at right now. And in my soul, I know deep down that I need to share this story, because the longer I stay quiet, I'm not only doing a disservice to myself, but I'm doing a disservice to all the people who are being brought into this world, as well as like all the people who are already in this world. Whoever this video reaches, or whoever this podcast reaches, I have a lot of value in what I have to say, and yeah, all I hope is just for people to just start having more faith in themselves and trusting themselves. Like, the internet has so much bad, like, negative things that is being spread across to the little kids being brought up, you know? Why is this fucking moving? I've always been grateful for everything that we've had, everything that I've had, and that's a big thing too, gratitude. Everyone is always, like, I want so much, and I'd love to have so much. Like with this video, when I'm going to touch on my apprenticeship, realistically, I could go out and take on the old company I used to work at. I could take it for so much money. I could take it for this and that, because like I went through so much abuse. Like, it is not funny, the amount of abuse, like sexually, physically, mentally, all of that, whatever you want to put that subject in. But the amount of that I went through, people come up to me and they're like, "You're so strong, Pep. Like, how are you so strong?" It's my faith. I've always had faith. I've had faith in me. I've had faith in God, and I've had faith in the world. Like, coming to Cairns was very hard for me, because for the last few months I was just scared, living in fear, constantly just living in fear, not in fear of the world, but in fear of the people. Now, I'm not saying that everyone out there is a shitty person, but there is so much negativity. I can see it in people's eyes. Like, I'm a very caring person. Like, I will sit down. I will give anyone the time of day. Like, I will sit down. If you want to chat, Like, I will sit down. 8 minutes can save someone's life, you know. And I'm so tired of seeing just sadness in the eyes of beautiful souls. Like, everyone is so beautiful. Like, that's one of the main things I'm trying to get across. We are all beautiful. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you do, what you wear, this or that, you know, your job, anything. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. What matters most is you and your happiness. And everyone talks about abundance these days, and they're like, oh, abundance is having these cars and having this money and having this and that. Like, that's not it. What is it is your happiness, and you have the ability to change your life for the better. And that's what I think the real power in the human experience is, having the freedom to choose. Like, the freedom to. I went on this camp in year 11 because I was school captain at my school, and I've always been like a leader, you know, like I've got the qualities of a leader. Like, in my eyes, I feel like I am a leader. And yeah, we went on this school camp for the leaders across. It was at Luther Heights in the Sunshine Coast. Such a beautiful place. Like, oh, I love it there. It is so lovely. And I met some awesome people from around Queensland when I went on this camp in 2021. And one of the biggest things they said, it was, you have the freedom to choose. Like, because we'd asked the leaders of the camp, like, oh, can we do this, can we do that? And that was the biggest thing. You have the freedom to choose. Freedom to choose. That is the real power in the world. You choose to wake up. You can choose to have a good day. You can choose to put a smile on your face. You can choose to say hi to someone in the street. You can choose to wave to your neighbour. You can choose to fucking do this one to the bloke driving the truck, or fucking holding the stop sign. That is on you. You don't have to be a hateful person. That, like, seriously, that's the main thing of this podcast. And it's to me, it's water your weeds, grow your world. Anyways, a bit funny. Oh yeah, that story. So back to the faces in year 1. In year 1 is when our school brought out, like, so my school was very small when I started. In year 1, I think the school didn't even go to, I think it only went to year 8. And now it's at, like, it goes all the way to year 12 now. Like, I graduated, I stayed at the one school my whole life. It was a private school. And yeah, we had these little faces, and the teachers would put you up and down the peg, and I never wanted to be like on the angry sad face, like the angry or the orange, the red or the orange. I always was on the yellow or the blue. And there was this one time, because I never really fit in with the girls, and I fit in with the boys because I loved to do my sport. But I had my 2 girlfriends, Bella and Mira, as I was saying, and oh, bless their soul. But yeah, there was this one girl. She like started in year 1, and she was like the popular chick, you know, whatever. And I remember one day, she did one of them chatterboxes, I think they're called. And she was like, oh, you know, you can say this, you can say that. And like, I looked up to her at the time. Like, I was like, this chick is so cool. Like, you know, I want to be like her, you know. But when she was doing this chatterbox thing, my other friend Lily, oh, bless her soul too, she is so beautiful. Anyways, yeah, this other girl was like, oh, do this, and then you can say this or that, and she like said examples or whatever. And because what I thought, I wanted to look cool to her and do what she said, you know, like, and follow in her thing. I said, when I did the chatterbox to Lily, I opened it and I was like, oh, you suck. And like, look, I was in grade 1, and Lily just started crying so much. Like, I will never forget that moment. Like, I want to apologize to Lily in this video, because that's actually probably the one decision I've made in my life out of like hate, you could say. And that's where it stopped for me. Like, I will never ever do that again. Like, I've never ever wanted to spread hate or negativity to people, because that hurt me so much. I remember seeing Lily cry when I told her that. Like, and this is a year 1 person, and I can still remember this vision so clearly. She started crying, and then like, I felt so bad, because then the teacher come over and like, and I got moved down to the peg, and I said, I need to go to the toilet, miss, because I didn't want to cry in front of everyone, because I knew I had done the wrong thing. and I went to the toilet and I sat there crying, and I'll never forget it because I had my little braids in my hair. Mum used to braid my hair every day for school. It was so cute, so grateful, because she didn't want me to get nits and stuff because I got beautiful long hair. And yeah, I just sat in the toilets crying, like I felt so bad, and I went back into the class, and the teacher was like, "Oh, you need to apologise," and I apologised, and still to this day, like I will never ever forget that. And that's how you know that I've always moved with a positive heart and pure intentions, because everything over my teenage years, like I've done some bad things or whatever, but I've never actually, like my bad things have been out of a scarcity emotion, because of what I have experienced. And I'm tired of letting my past experiences control my reality, basically. And that's one of the main points I'm trying to get across. You can't control your past, and you can't really control your future. Like you can, but like the main focus, you need to focus on the now, creating happiness in the now. Have your goals and your big dreams, but focus on the now. Go out, pack up. This is my one advice. First advice, second advice, I don't know what advice we're up to, but pack up, pack something, pack your little car, even pack a shoulder bag or something if you don't have a car. Just get out in nature, even if it's for one day, one night, like go to the beach, go somewhere, go anywhere, be in nature, and just sit, be in silence, and appreciate what you have a gratitude moment, be grateful, and just use that to really take a look at yourself and where you're at in your life, and look at the little bits that you can make change on. Like, you know, from that day onwards, like I knew, like I didn't want to be that person. Like I don't want to be that person making someone else cry. Like that hurt me. I think that hurt me more than it hurt Lily. Like Lily, I don't even know if Lily remembers this, but that hurt me so much. Like it still hurts just to think about it, you know, because like I know how it made her feel. And from that day on, I never, like, I would never be nasty to people. Like I'm not a nasty person. Like yeah, we all have nasty thoughts, you could say, but the main goal is to not have them. You want to be positive and spread positivity, because I'm tired of waking up. I'm tired of waking up and feeling sad within myself, you know, or seeing other people be sad. Like life is so precious, and life is what you make of it. So yeah, that's really that story. But yeah, next growing up, I was junior school sports captain, I think. No, I was junior school captain, and then I hit year 7, and you know, you go into middle school and it's like everything's different. It's like you get into that age, and like, well, that's when my age was like people started swearing and stuff like that, and then you were being exposed to, like, you know, the parties and all that. Like I never went to parties. My school didn't really have parties or anything. I was doing very well in triathlon. Like I've got a running background, playing soccer and like doing swimming and running and riding. Yeah, my one group of friends, like I've really found my friends in that year 4, 5, 6, because I had these two girlfriends in year 4, and I remember just this new chick came, and they all of a sudden, like I don't even know what happened, and I still don't know what happened to this day, but these two girls, they had the new chick come in, and all of a sudden, like, because I would play soccer at lunchtime with the boys, and I'd sit and eat my morning tea, my smoko. It's trading now. I'd sit there and eat my smoko with the girls at morning tea, and then yeah, at lunchtime I'd go out and play soccer, and then in year 4, when this other chick started, I'd be out running around with the boys, and I'd come back one lunchtime, and the girls would just turn around, they were just like, we don't want to even be a friend. And that hurt me so much, because like they were my 2 girl best friends, like, because Bella and Mira, my other friends, were still like around, but they were more just focused on like their schoolwork and stuff, and I really wanted to do my sport and do the schoolwork, blah blah blah. Yeah, so that's kind of when I was like, I'd never really wanted the girlfriends. Like it just turned me off girls, basically. And I have so many beautiful girlfriends now, don't get me wrong, and I still love those people to this day. Like, I still wish them all the best, and that's the biggest thing. I have always wished the best, because at the end of the day, you don't know what people have gone through. You don't know, like, you really don't know, and it's not that hard to be kind. Everyone has their story, and people can choose to share it, people don't need to share it, like, it's up to them. But it's what you make of the now, and how you spread positivity and love and light into this world, so that, like, our future kids and their future kids, like, generational wealth to me isn't about the money. Like, I'd love to make so much money right now so that I can bring some beautiful children into this earth and just give them the best experience, like, give them my Fast and Furious experience that I want to give them. But the real wealth to me is love and light and kindness. Yeah. In year 7, we did all, like, the different subjects and whatnot. You get to year 10, and year 10's when they switch from ATAR or QCE to ATAR. And I picked all, like, the classes, because by this time I still wanted to be a lawyer / psychologist now, so sort of turn of events. And then I picked all my subjects for year 10, and I just, like, well, yeah, I just was like, I don't think I have the energy in me anymore, because when I was 14, I went through some shit. Seriously, I went through some shit, and it was fucked. And this was around the time that Granddad died, and I sort of, like, my escape was to be, like, isolated in a way. And then I sort of went down the wrong path for a bit, but then I got back on track. Got back with my sport and my music. Music has always been such a big thing to me. Music and movement, moving through the earth, and just, like, experiencing it, like, yeah. But yeah, then I started my triathlon again, and I was doing so good at that. And then, yeah, come year 10, like, I just didn't have it in me anymore. Like, I didn't want to sit down at a desk all day. Like, I kind of looked at it and I was like, I don't want to do that. And all my guy friends were in engineering. And this is, like, coming from someone who doesn't have a dad, and, like, Granddad died when I was young, so, well, 14. So, like, I never really had that exposure, you could say, to, like, the male side of things, which, you know, it's 2025, we're doing whatever we want, but this is back at that time. Yeah, I didn't even know what welding was, and then I get into the engineering class, and I had the coolest teachers. I don't even remember his name, Sir. I just called him all Sir after a while. I remember, Dobbo, yeah, Dobbo. And Mr. Mac and Swifty, and I had, like, they were some great role models to me. And yeah, like, I just picked up a welder, and I was just naturally good at welding, and he's like, whoa, you have to teach some of the boys how to weld, and I was like, sir, I don't even know what welding is. And then next minute, I'm doing work experience at a company that I saw so much potential in. Like, it's a really big company called Downer. I'm gonna say it because, like, I can't really tell my story without, like, saying the truth. And once again, my story about Downer right now is not to spread hate, okay? So if anyone is watching this from Downer or whatever, take it as it comes. Like, seriously, if you can't watch this, then that's on you. Like, go. I'm not saying you have to watch it. I'm not saying you don't, but what I'm about to talk about is, yeah, pretty fucked. So, work experience comes. I do my 1 week in year 11, in the end of year 11, and it was great. Like, honestly, it was so awesome. But, you know, there's a bit of a situation. And then year 12, I secured a school-based apprenticeship with them. And I was so excited, like, I was so pumped. Like, I went into that work experience, and like, you don't get paid on work experience. And I went in there, like, I've always got such a high work ethic, and I take a lot of pride in my work and what I do. You could almost call me, like, a perfectionist, but it's not a perfectionist in a way for, like, whatever. It's like perfection to me, and it's just because I take a lot of pride in what I do. It's like, because it's like, I build trays now, right? and it's fucking so beautiful. I love just sitting there welding, looking at the lights, and building these trays. Like, it's about, like, what you're doing is what the customer's paying for, right? Like, you're not gonna give them something, like, you're not gonna buy something that's all like half dirty, half fucked up, or whatever. You want a fresh, new, clean product. And I always knew that from a young age. Like, I've had a job since I was 13. Actually, I worked 3 jobs most of my life. My first job was in a bakery, doing coffees and like selling little breads and stuff. I was so cute. And then I worked at the bike shop, and even when it comes to sales and stuff, I've never been like a pushy person, you know. Like, people have the freedom to choose. Like I said, you have the freedom to choose your life. Okay, like, even when I was selling things, like, I knew people aren't gonna buy things if you're trying to smack it in the face. Like, I'm sure it works sometimes and whatever, you know, but I've noticed, like, the more open and honest and truthful you are, and when you speak from the heart, that's where people really connect with you. And that's kind of also why I'm doing this as like a YouTube podcast, because, like, I don't need to like go out and try and spread this. Like, I'm not gaining anything from this. What I'm gaining is the hope that I'm spreading awareness around things that I feel are wrong, and it's ruining the hearts of little kids growing up. Like, honestly, there was a time in my life where I don't think I ever wanted to have kids at this point, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just constant in a what the fuck stage. Like, what the fuck is the world? Like, what has it come to? And sorry to say, I'm not even joking, it's fucked. But that's okay, because my reality is beautiful, and I walk out of the house every day with kindness and love and light in my eyes, and I want what's best for everyone. Sometimes I think I care too much about a lot of people. Because I just want everyone, like, I don't want people to feel the way that I've felt in my life. And once again, I'm not saying that my life is like shit or whatever. My life is great, but I do not want to see, like, I don't want to see the souls in little people's eyes, or like even adults. Like, I'm so tired of seeing sadness, and that's kind of the main reason I'm speaking out about this, because not just in girls in the trade, in men as well, and not just in trades, it's like in life. I have an online business as well, through Enagic. I started it a year ago, and that's my way of making generational wealth. I haven't really figured out the way I want to talk about it yet, like my target audience, because they talk about in business you have a target audience, right? And, like, you know, some people speak to women, some people speak to mums, some people speak to men, you know, like, and I've always struggled to find my target audience, because I've never really felt connected to just one specific group of people. Like, one of my best friends is gay. He is an absolute legend, and I would not change it for the world. I'm so proud of him and everything that he's done in life. He is so strong. My other best friend is Indian. I went to Thailand. I've got some amazing friends over in Thailand. Like, that's the thing. I can't find a target audience. That's why me speaking this as I am is just open to the world as it is, because, like, I don't care who you are, what you are, whether you're this or that. Like, you are you, and that's the main point. And I think I've been too scared to spread my story in a way, because too many people are kind of like focused and stuck in their mindset of, like, I'm going to call it a negative mindset, because that's what it is at the end of the day. People have their negative mindset, and people will come across and spread hate. I'm sure people are going to watch this video and be like, oh my god, what the fuck, you know, but I really don't care anymore. Like, I'm drained, mentally drained at this point. But, like, I'm not, but, like, that's where you could say it is. I'm kind of drained with the world, and yeah, wish they could change it to the uppers or something, because that place really took a downer in my life. I'm not gonna lie, like, simple as that. Brought me down for a long time, and that's not what it should be about. Like, I went into that place working so hard. Like, I never knew what welding was, you know, like I didn't know anything about it. All I knew is that I had a passion for it and I wanted to be good at it. Like, I never wanted to be the best. Like, I know there's better welders out there and there always will be people better than you. And that's why I've never really been fussed. In a way, you could kind of say I do, not hate it, but like I don't regret staying there for as long as I did. Like, I was staying stuck in a place where I was just getting constantly bullied and treated like shit just because I stood up for myself. And this video is kind of me standing up, not for myself, but me showing others that you need to stand up for yourself, because I don't want people to get into an isolated mindset and a scarcity mindset. So here we go. I started my school-based apprenticeship in year 12, doing 1 day a week on Thursdays. I was 16 when I did work experience, and I had to get a lift to work because where I lived in Harvey Bay, Maryborough is like a 40-minute drive, and I had to get a lift there because we started at like 5:48 in the morning. So the first 2 weeks I got a lift there with a mate from school, and then I always went in there, and there was this one tradie who I listened to everything that he said, and I think I listened too much, because he basically, cut a long story short, like I was getting touched up. He hopped in my car. One Friday, and he was just on his own, like, and he would come. He came down this one time, and he was like, just sitting there watching me and stuff. And he's like, oh, you know, what should I get, or what are you doing after this? And I was like, this motherfucker is 60 or whatever, like 50 or something like that. And I, like, at the time, like, I looked up to him too much because of his work and the way that like his kind of name in the business, that because I just really wanted to be good, you know, basically that's it. And I was like, it just kept weirding me out, like the way that he would treat me and touch me and stuff. And I was like, and I was too scared within myself, because there was this one thing he said to me, right, when I did work experience. He was like, oh, you know, you don't want to be like this girl. She's only here to look good and have, you know, get their looks up and stuff. But there was this chick, and no one liked her because she said that this guy did this and blah blah blah. And I think that really turned me off, like, ever speaking up, because I was like, well, fuck, I don't want to speak up. Oh, okay. And I just sort of, yes sir, and just did my work. 6 months in, like, every Thursday, I was just copping it. I was getting bullied. Like, we would sit in the smoko room, and he would, like, say weird things, or he'd try and get, like, one of the other, like, he'd say, like, oh, she said this about your hand. Next minute, I'm getting yelled at in the smoko room by this guy, and I didn't even say anything, and I was just, like, a little girl in a man's world, you know. And I never stood up for myself, and then I ended up eating my lunch in the car. Like, I didn't even eat after a while. I lost my appetite because I was so worried about pleasing all these men at this place rather than looking after myself. And yeah, like, I had some good friends there, and then they all just turned on me because it was just, I finally stood up for myself 6 months in, and I was like, to the union guy, I was like, look, this is what's happening, like, is this, like, because I didn't want to, like, you know, is this, what do you think, you know, whatever. And, like, I didn't want to speak up because I remember, because the same guy who told me this is the same guy who told me about that chick who stood up for herself. It's the same guy who was sexually assaulting me, mentally, physically, whatever you want to call it. And then, yeah, when I stood up to the union, I was like, what do you think about this? Like, because I didn't really know anyone, you know, like, I'm just a little girl in a man's world, you know, what was I supposed to think? And I told the union guy, and I was like, look, I'm just telling you this because, like, it was affecting me so much. Like, I wouldn't even tell my mum. I never even told my mum. I was going home, like, I was driving home once I turned 17 and I could drive to work. I would drive home on Thursdays crying, and my best friend at the time, like, I'd take him home on Thursdays because he didn't have his license yet either, but he dropped out to work full time. And I remember just after a couple of Thursdays, I'd just cry to him. I was like, bro, like, this is fucked. Like, I don't know how to go about it. Like, what do I do? And even our own HR lady, when I stood up about it and told her about it, I was like, look, I don't want to make an issue out of this because I know what will happen. And what happened? Everything that I knew would happen because of what that guy told me. And you could kind of say that he was in a position of power because he had been there for so long. But at the end of the day, that's just so wrong. Honestly, it really is. And yeah, I would get passed around all the factories. Like, I was never in one spot, and it was so annoying because it affected my learning. I couldn't even learn. I'm so glad that I got out, because now I'm learning so much, and I'm so grateful. Like, I've learned more than I have learned in 4 years, basically, you know, like, and that says a lot. But yeah, when I stood up to the union and like to the HR, like, I told them, and then they wanted to do a case about it, and I told them everything that happened. Like, even there was this one lunchtime, the buzzer rang, and one of the other apprentices, and he come up to me and he's like, oh, me and the tradie, which is the one who was abusing me at the time, we got this bet on as to whether you're a freak or not. And I was like, what? Like, and my stomach dropped. Like I felt so sick. I was like, what the fuck? Comfy casual. So there's a lot of people who are kind of like to me, oh, Pet, why don't you take them, like, with a lawsuit and stuff? And I did reach out to a lawyer recently because I kind of thought, like, that's what I wanted to do. And then I hopped off the phone with the lawyer this morning because they gave me a call because I haven't really made a move on it. And I hopped off the phone and it kind of just made me realise, like, I don't even care. Like, there's no amount of money that's going to change the negative impact that created on my life, and I don't want it, because to me that's dirty money. Like, I don't want their dirty money. I don't want to be paid because of the, like, I would love some money, but, like, fuck, I don't have the energy and time to sit there and unravel all the negative things that happened to me just to be told that I'm lying. Because really, I stood up for myself, and I went to the HR, and we went through this whole lawyer process, and, like, I'm a 17-year-old girl. My own operations manager, one time I went into a meeting and he sat there, and to my face he said to me, oh, you're not resilient enough. And I'm thinking, mate, I'm coming to this workplace 3 years later after being sexually harassed and constantly bullied because I stood up for myself, and I still walked into that place every day, and I would smile and I'd say hi to everyone, knowing damn well all these motherfuckers would talk shit about me behind my back. All the other apprentices, they turned on me, like, and I've always been kind. Like, I walked in there every day with my head held high. Mum always said to be the bigger person, and to me, being the bigger person is spreading kindness in a world full of hate. So yeah, I'm just gonna reiterate the fact that this is not a video of hate. This is a video of awareness, and my whole podcast series, whatever comes out in the future, it's about awareness and spreading love, light, positive energy, and kindness. I remember there was this one song in school we used to sing. It was the Fruit of the Spirit, and it was talking about, like, the qualities and stuff: the love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And I don't see that many qualities in people anymore, and, like, it's sad. And it's not even just because of people in general. It's the experiences from the world and the negativity in the system, and people just keep staying enslaved to the system, like the system of negativity and hate. Like, it's not that hard to turn, like, it is fucking hard to turn your life around. And I've seen so many people do it, and I've always had faith, and I've always had hope in myself, and hope for a better future, you know. And it starts with you. And it starts with me, and it starts with you. So, yeah, basically, I had constant meetings, like, going to work it was like hell on earth. Like, I had such a strong work ethic. Like, I'd be the one, I still sweep the floor to this day. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, you keep your area clean, you know, you look after your place, you take pride in your place and your home and your area. And you look after things, you keep them nice, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, there's some beautiful people that I met there, and not everyone was horrible, but there was a lot of pussies, and no offense, like, there's this song by Kanye, and it goes, also, words are just words. Anyone comes at me for this, fucking don't even bother, because it's a word. But in Kanye's song, I can't remember what it's called, I think it's called Violent Crimes. Yeah, I think that's the one. But it goes, niggas is pimps, niggas is players, till niggas have daughters. And I'm so heavy on that line, 100%, because there's this one tradie who come up to me, and I had so much love and respect for this guy, and I still wish him all the best, but, like, he was a pussy, because he wanted to keep his reputation around these men. He couldn't stand up for what was right, you know? He come up to me on his last day before he moved to go to the mines, and he said, look Pep, and this is 3 years into my job. Trade, he come up to me, he's like, yeah, look Pep, I just wanted to say, like, I'm sorry I never, like, stood up for you, but we tried to get a video when you were doing work experience, because we thought that the behaviour was not on from that other tradie. And like, my heart sunk in a way when he said that to me. Like, I kind of lost faith in men even more than when he said that to me. Because I was like, this motherfucker could stand there and act as if everything's all good and happy and dandy with me for 3 years, just to come up on his last day and tell me that. Even though, because it never got better. Like, it never got better. It didn't matter how many times I'd go to HR. Everyone is just, too many people in this world are focused on their paycheck, right? It's about, too many people are focused on what's better and who's got the better this and who's got the better that. Like, even my mates in the four-wheel drive scene, everyone's like, they talk shit on people having a nav and people have Tridents. Like, yeah, it's all fun and jokes and stuff, but people work hard for their shit. People work so hard. I worked so hard for this car. $3,500 I paid for it. And that's fucking beautiful to me. I don't give a fuck. This is my dream car. A 1997 LM106 solid axle Hilux. Oh, hashtag 97 4444, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it really, like, it was a slap in the face, you could almost say, like, when he said that to me, because I was so taken back. I was like, you could stand there with me for 3 years and let me get bullied and abused and just constantly brought down in a job site full of men, and you could say that to me on your last day. I was like the audacity of some people, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care anymore that these people didn't stand up for me. I wish them all the best in life, but, like, that was really the biggest slap in my face. Like I got bullied by everyone there, pretty much, you could say. I know how many people talk shit about me, and you could really see it too, because even, like, I would go and sit in there and talk to the boss, like the big boss, and tell him what happened, and they said they were going to do this and do that, but they just palmed me off, and I got passed around to, like, all the different areas. I got sent off site to some other joint. Like, I didn't learn anything. I learned what I didn't want in life, and that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for that experience. Like, it fucking sucked, but I wouldn't be the person I am today without it. Yeah. I don't really need to say too much more, because I think you all get the picture, but it was fucked. And I kind of don't want to say anything more, because I'm at peace with the past. Like, I feel like I could cry right now, because it still hurts to even think about it, to think that I could get treated like that as a 17-year-old girl, like a 16, 17-year-old girl. And that just kind of was the first thing, the first big event where I kind of lost all faith. Like I lost faith in the people. Like, I never lost my faith in God and the golden rule. I have never ever lost faith in that, apart from that one time in that story about in year one. But that was my first lesson, and that was my final lesson on negativity and hate. Because even to this day, like I've had one ex and he cheated on me. I don't care what he says, he cheated on me, and he was not a faithful person to me. He was not loyal, and I used to think that like I'm too loyal to people, but I'm not. I'm loyal as fuck to my people, and that's what matters. I stay true, I stay kind, and stay positive, and all I want is the best for me, the best for my family, and the best for my people. And everyone is my people at this point. Like, I'll even be driving my car, right, and I'll like look at some other person's rig, and I'll be like, oh, sick rig, bro, and his missus in the front thinks I'm fucking trying to hit on him, you know? Just, people need to stop, like, just being fucked with, basically. People need to have more gratitude and love and light and grace in this world, because that's where it's going to change. If more people spread positivity and light and love, what do you get? Small steps, big impacts. That's what I've always said. Most lunchtimes at school I'd sit on my own because I couldn't be fucked. Like once everyone started getting into the dating phase and whatever, like I just didn't want a bar of it. It was too much negativity, and it was like, who's better at this and who's better than that? And it's like, oh, I want this and I want that. It's like I never had the energy to be around the bullshit, really. Like, even like I have friends to this day who like each their own, obviously, but I'll have people around me who like start talking about like the petty shit and like, oh, you know, that person's like this and that. Like, that's not it. That is not it for me, and it shouldn't be it for you. Like, just fucking spread love and light. It's not that hard. Like, you have the choice and you have the power. We each have the power within us to make positive change, and I have full faith that my video is going to reach the right people. And yeah, once again, it's an awareness thing. I'm a 20-year-old girl, and I feel like this is the best decision for me to do this in this way. So yeah, I'm gonna have a come back to this later because I'm fucking tired and hungry and I want to go explore my little lake. So peace.